stands an adult male lion beside a lioness. Although the scene appears calm and peaceful, it reveals one of the most remarkable social structures found among the world's big cats. Unlike most large felines that spend their lives alone, lions are the only truly social cats, living together in organized family groups known as prides. Every member has a unique role, and each plays an essential part in the survival of the entire family. The thick mane surrounding the male lion's neck is far more than a symbol of power. It is an honest display of maturity, physical condition, and genetic quality. Wildlife researchers have found that males with darker, fuller manes are often more attractive to females and are generally more successful in defending their territories against rival males. Resting quietly beside him is the lioness, the true backbone of the pride. While the male protects the territory from outside threats, it is the females that perform most of the hunting. Their lighter bodies, incredible acceleration, and extraordinary teamwork allow them to provide food not only for themselves, but for every member of the pride, including the cubs. At first glance, the pair appears to be doing nothing more than resting. Yet for wildlife biologists, this quiet moment tells an important story. Lions are masters of energy conservation. They may spend up to 20 hours each day resting, carefully preserving every ounce of strength for the dangerous hunts that usually begin after sunset or during the cool hours of dawn. Even while lying motionless, their senses remain constantly alert. Their exceptional hearing can detect the faintest rustle in the grass, while their highly developed sense of smell allows them to recognize subtle changes carried by the wind. A single unfamiliar sound may be enough to transform an entire pride from complete relaxation into instant readiness. As daylight fades, temperatures across the savannah begin to drop. This cooler environment provides ideal hunting conditions. It is no coincidence that lions prefer to hunt during twilight or under the cover of darkness. Reduced visibility allows them to approach their prey more closely while avoiding the exhausting heat of the African plains. The camera now follows the lions toward a rugged landscape scattered with rocks and dense shrubs. To grazing animals, this terrain offers welcome shade and temporary shelter. But it also hides danger. Every boulder and every patch of vegetation may conceal a predator waiting for the perfect opportunity. A lion quietly emerges from behind the rocks. Each step is almost completely silent. Thick pads beneath its paws absorb sound, while its golden coat blends seamlessly with the dry grass and dusty earth. This remarkable camouflage is one of the lion's greatest hunting advantages, allowing it to disappear into the landscape until the final moments before an attack. Wildlife scientists describe this as an ambush strategy. Unlike cheetahs, which rely on long bursts of incredible speed, lions prefer to reduce the distance between themselves and their prey before launching a short, explosive sprint. After several minutes of examination, curiosity begins to outweigh caution. The bear gently reaches out with its front paws and touches the hammock. Each light push causes the fabric to sway back and forth. Rather than frightening the animal, the unexpected movement seems to make the mysterious object even more intriguing. Among many mammals, especially bears, exploration is an essential part of learning. Every unfamiliar object represents an opportunity to gather new information. Experiences like this help bears recognize unusual items and remember how to respond when they encounter similar situations again in the future. A few moments later, the bear makes a bold decision. It attempts to climb onto the hammock. Considering that an adult black bear can weigh well over 100 kilograms, balancing on a suspended piece of fabric is far from an easy task. The instant its weight presses down, the hammock sinks dramatically and begins swinging from side to side. What follows is both entertaining and scientifically fascinating. The bear struggles to maintain its balance on all four paws. Its awkward movements are not the result of poor climbing ability. In fact, black bears are exceptional climbers, capable of scaling large trees with remarkable speed and agility. The real challenge lies in the constantly shifting surface beneath its feet, a surface completely different from the solid tree branches it has spent its entire life climbing. The hammock continues to sway with every adjustment the bear makes. Each shift in body weight changes the center of balance, forcing the animal to adapt again and again. For a few brief moments, the bear almost appears comfortable, as though it has discovered an unusual new place to relax in the middle of the forest. To many viewers, the scene may seem humorous. Wildlife researchers, however, see something much more significant. This behavior demonstrates the bear's impressive problem-solving ability. Rather than giving up after its first unsuccessful attempt, it repeatedly experiments with different positions, constantly adapting its movements in search of a better solution. Eventually, after several unsuccessful attempts to find a stable position, the bear climbs back down from the hammock. What stands out is that it shows no signs of fear or panic. Instead, it continues studying the strange object, almost as if trying to understand how it works. This is another defining characteristic of bears. They possess excellent long-term memory and learn primarily through direct experience. The information gathered during encounters like this may remain with them for years, helping them respond more effectively when faced with similar situations in the future. In the wild, curiosity is often a valuable survival tool. Animals willing to explore can discover new food sources, locate safer shelter, and identify unfamiliar dangers before they become life-threatening. Yet this same curiosity can also draw bears toward human belongings and campsites. For this reason, wildlife conservation experts strongly encourage campers never to leave food, garbage, or scented items unattended in bear habitat. Once bears begin associating people with easy meals, conflicts become far more likely, creating risks for both humans and wildlife. Fortunately, the bear in this footage is doing nothing more than expressing its natural curiosity. It displays no signs of aggression or hope. Wildlife researchers estimate that a fully grown elephant consumes between 150 and 300 kilograms of vegetation every single day, including grasses, leaves, bark, young branches, fruits, and a wide variety of other plant material. To meet the enormous energy demands of such a massive body, an elephant may spend 14 to 18 hours every day feeding, making eating one of the most important activities in its daily life. One fascinating fact is that an elephant's digestive system is surprisingly inefficient. Only 40 to 50% of the food it consumes is fully digested, meaning much of the nutrition passes through its body unused. To compensate for this low digestive efficiency, elephants must consume enormous quantities of vegetation every day. This explains why elephant herds are constantly on the move, traveling across vast forests, grasslands, and open plains in search of fresh feeding grounds. A closer look reveals that elephants are far from careless eaters. They carefully select the youngest and most nutritious leaves, often using their trunks to shake off dust or dirt before placing the food into their mouths. During the dry season, when vegetation becomes scarce, elephants display remarkable problem-solving abilities. They use their powerful tusks to strip bark from trees or dig deep into the ground in search of nutritious roots and underground plant material. These behaviors highlight the incredible adaptability and intelligence of these gentle giants.
Deep within the quiet forest, an adult silverback gorilla slowly moves forward with calm confidence. Weighing more than 180 kilograms and possessing incredible strength far beyond that of a human, he is the unquestioned leader of his family. Every step he takes reflects the confidence of a powerful guardian, a male whose responsibility is to defend both his territory and every member of his troop. In the world of gorillas, the sudden appearance of another fully grown male inside a territory is often the first sign of an approaching confrontation. A large mirror has been placed among the trees, reflecting the forest in perfect detail. As the leopard cautiously approaches, another leopard suddenly appears directly in front of it. The mysterious rival shows no scent, makes no sound, and never attempts to challenge or flee. Instead, it copies every movement with astonishing precision. For a predator that relies heavily on its senses to understand the world, this is a situation unlike anything it has ever experienced. Rather than rushing into an attack, the leopard begins to observe more carefully. It studies every detail, slowly testing the strange object before it. This remarkable curiosity is one of the qualities that has allowed leopards to survive in some of the world's most diverse and constantly changing environments. Nature has gifted the leopard with far more than speed, strength, and agility. It has also given this magnificent predator the ability to learn from new experiences and adapt to unfamiliar situations. As we watch this extraordinary moment unfold, we are witnessing much more than a leopard staring at its own reflection. We are watching a wild animal solve an unfamiliar mystery through patience, careful observation, and thoughtful decision-making instead of immediate aggression. Perhaps this is the lesson nature offers us today. Deep within the quiet forest, the mirror continues to reflect every movement in perfect silence. And after satisfying its curiosity, the leopard slowly turns away and disappears back into the shadows of the jungle. It leaves carrying an experience unlike any it has ever known, while leaving us with a powerful reminder of the intelligence, survival instincts, and remarkable adaptability of one of nature's most mysterious and elusive predators. You'll be watching the fascinating reactions of various animals when they first encounter a mirror. For humans, a mirror is a familiar object in daily life. But for wild animals, it's a mysterious guest that sparks curiosity, confusion, and sometimes even extreme caution. Just a few minutes later, a larger guest appears. It's a kangaroo. With its wary nature, it stops immediately upon seeing its reflection. Its ears perk up to listen, its eyes intently observing every movement. Kangaroos are animals that rely on sight and hearing to detect danger. It approaches, gently bringing its nose close to the mirror as if seeking an explanation for the strange occurrence. A cat, with its extremely curious nature, immediately stops upon seeing the strange cat in the mirror. Its tail wags slightly, its eyes widen, and its steps slow down. It approached, sniffing the mirror closely, then suddenly recoiled when its rival did the exact same thing. This is a very typical reaction of cats when encountering a phenomenon they cannot explain with their familiar senses. For animal behavior researchers, moments like these are incredibly significant. They show that each species has its own way of exploring the world. Some rely on scent, some on sight, and some observe for a long time before making a decision. It is this ability to learn and adapt that has helped them survive in nature for millions of years of evolution. For more amazing stories of the wild animal world, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next fascinating documentaries. Every support you give will motivate the channel to continue bringing you more authentic and meaningful stories about nature. Thank you for joining us, and see you on our next exploration journeys.